right marijuana. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
That Michoacan, man, Acapulco Gold, man. I ever smoke that tight stick.
We're smoking reefer.
The weirdest thing smoking on the internet. The Podheads Webshow.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's 420 on another hashtag Weed Wednesday. And you.
Hey!
And you. You're in the cipher with the Podheads. I'm your commander-in-chief, Frank the Tank, heavy on the chief, of course. Hanging with my very best bud, JB Perez.
Yeah, what's up? In the cipher once again. Hashtag Weed Wednesday. Shout out to you guys, Instagram. We love you. To you guys out there, WJHM102James.com, our radio station. Joe Boy, what's up? And everywhere else you can find us, the Podheads.
Yeah, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google, Android, anywhere you get your podcasts. We've got over 100 episodes.
Yeah, we're a good listen, man.
Great, funny, insightful content.
I'm not gonna dust off on my shoulder, but
it's good stuff. Go on there at Podheads Webshow on social media, the Podheads on all platforms.
Definitely.
Find our podcast, like, share.
Yep.
All that good stuff. We've been eating candy here.
Oh, my goodness. Addicting.
Dealing with all kinds of technical difficulties in the new studio. We're in Division Studios, home of the sneaker division. This is the cannabis division. We are the Podheads. Listen, tell a friend and tell a friend. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We really want to hear back from people. Also, today's going to be kind of a controversial episode. We're going to talk.
I would say so.
The A word.
It rhymes with, what is it?
With schmortion. Two straight middle-aged men talking about abortion. And
so you know we're right.
So you already know we're going to be correct no matter what we say. It's going to be a fun one, though. We're going to get real, talk about some serious stuff. We also got some great clickbaits. We're going to talk about Shaq buying Reebok. We're going to talk about what else we got.
CBN, baby.
CBN.
Weed in the news.
CBN leading the race. A couple of good stuff. But before we do this as we always do, or before we get the show going, let's do this as we always do.
The best part.
Let's break out the Weed Wheel of Destiny.
Let's see it.
And give it a spin. Find out what we're going to smoke.
You know what? I'll take a blunt today. You know what I mean? A blunt, a dab, whatever. There it is. No whammy. What do we got here? What is that? A joint?
That's a joint.
Bingo.
I know we got papers around here somewhere.
All right. So the pot. Oh, we don't have papers?
But you guys brought papers. I don't know.
No.
I guess we're doing a blunt around. I guess we're rolling a blunt.
Well, plan B here is blunts. All right. So we're going to do blunts today here in the Podheads.
All right, get that wheel out of here. Let's do our show. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some interesting stories for you here. First and foremost, how's it going, JB?
It's going great.
You got your family.
Oh, yes. Here. Yes, absolutely. All right. All is right in little JB's world today, you know? My little JB's world is all good. I am finding a solace, a solace in my family now that they're all back together. If you don't know, I've been out here in Florida making that bag, getting that money, and I finally have enough money saved up, enough success to bring my family down. So there you go. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Doing big things as usual. But listen, folks, we want to get into these stories.
Yeah.
Let's
give me that clickbait, bro.
First story for clickbait. Go ahead and give me that button there, producer man. I want to hear it. JB wants to hear it. Click there it is. Clickbait. CBN. You see it right up on the top of the screen. CBN. Yeah. It's a cannabinoid, folks. Very much like CBD. All right. Yeah. CBN might be the weed industry's new surprise hit.
Okay.
Basically, you know Delta 8? You've heard of Delta 8?
Yeah. We went to a smoke shop one time, and I feel like they got some free Delta 8.
Everybody these days, I guess the big trend is trying to get something close to legal THC.
Okay.
In their state.
Okay.
CBN is nothing like that. CBN is very much like the medical side of THC, but it's almost no % of the high. Very much like CBD, but twice as strong. As you can see on screen, look at the production of CBN, the cannabinol, and it's called cannabinol. You know what I mean? Very little CBD. This is a naturally occurring process, okay? And this isn't new information, right? CBN has been around, has been discovered for over 100 years. You can keep that on the screen.
Yeah, it's not new.
CBN has been around for over 100 years. And the way it's produced is by drying out over a long period of time. Really, really drying out THC, weed leaves. And it creates very little amounts in the plant that have an effect on one's ability to sleep, one's ability to remain calm, anxiety, all kinds of really good things. But it's created in small amounts over long periods of time. Well, recently, scientists have figured out, as you can see on the screen here, how to mass produce that, and then make it into products.
Yeah. So this
CBN, you can take that down.
From what I see, CBN is one of the better ones, one of the better cannabinoids out there for medicinal properties. Right? You told me sleep was one of the big ones. Who doesn't like to get a good night's sleep? So if we have an actual, and you said it, non-THC, non-psychedelic weed that helps you go to sleep naturally, isn't that better than popping a pill every night? I would say so.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And this is something that, like I said, has a 0.1 to 0.2% THC situation going on. So I don't believe there's a state out there where it's medical that has any problem, or even where it's not medically legal, should have any problem allowing CBD.
Yeah, hemp is illegal. Hemp is legal across all 50 states. And I think it's got to be under a certain percentage THC. I believe that those percentages fall under that.
Sure.
So the CBN, it's legal.
Look at the benefits. You saw it. He had to pull it up right there. Sleep benefits, pain benefits, skin condition. I mean, it helps against aging, psychoactive. I mean, really, it's turning out to be kind of another miracle product.
I mean, we're not kidding when we say that marijuana, not even marijuana, because that's a derogatory name. Weed, cannabis is a wonder drug, right? We know there are thousands of cannabinoids. This is just one more.
So another one, that's been around and been being used by shamans and medicinal people for years.
For thousands.
Now we find out how to mass produce something like that and be able to sell it, put it in. They've got it in chocolates. They've got it in candy bars. They've got it in pre-rolls mixed in, mainly to help people sleep, mainly to help people with pain. The true medicinal. I guess the bad side of it is that when the more they keep finding parts of cannabis that they can extract, so that they don't allow THC, so you don't need THC, the harder I believe it'll make to be made legal everywhere.
Interesting point.
But I mean, look at the sales. I mean, you can pull up the sales. Look at this. Adult use CBN revenue by state. You can see from just a year, from 2020 to 2021. Look at the difference from $4,000 or $40,000 to over $1.5 million.
Money talks, man. Follow the dollar bills. And look,
Nevada,
these are
Colorado,
the four
Oregon,
major states where it's legal cannabis. Like, you have no problem getting and smoking weed in these 4 states. So they're the more progressive. Let me say that. These are the 4 more progressive states where it's legal, and the sales of CBN, like, people are realizing that it's not about the THC. It's not about just getting high. Like, CBD, CBN, the health parts of the cannabis plant is legit 100%. We talked about on the show about the feds allowing more schools and more private companies to do research, allowing it finally. This is the result. Being able to produce CBN on a mass scale, to do more research on cannabis. Let's find out what that one does over there.
And I mean, sleep aids. Sleep aids is a $30+ billion with a B dollar industry. That's more than pet sales. That's more than sex toy sales. Know what I'm saying? We lost camera for a quick second. There we go. We're back. So CBD, the sleep aids, aid industry is huge. What's that telling you? I mean, we can talk for days about why Americans aren't getting enough sleep, right? We can talk for days for different reasons. But ultimately, we are putting all kinds of different crap in our body, from different drugs to different pills to, all the different melatonin, serotonin, all that crazy stuff.
All these chemicals are in its nature natural, but not uphill. Like, you don't have to pop a pill. Like, grab a weed. Like, grab a piece of grass from the ground. Like, that's ultimately the truth about our ancestors. It's a great point, by the way. I mean, natural, or I don't know by the way, how long we have. But that's a great point, that before, we're the same humans as 10,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago. And modern medicine has only just begun. Like, these are the ways they've been doing it before. Like, we need to learn from ourselves in the past. Give ourselves some credit, right? We think it was ancient aliens helping us. It was us. It was a little bit of cannabis, man. It was the shaman who couldn't understand why this is working, the scientific part, but it was working, and therefore they used it, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. I'll sit here. I can't open this grinder for some reason. Maybe I'm already too big. Oh, it's because I got it upside down. JB, you're gonna have to take this away. I don't know. We having issues with the cam? With my camera? I noticed when you try to switch. Is it the main? Okay. All right. No worries. It's no doubt here. We're rolling up a blunt in the background.
Blunts it. Yeah.
In the background, doing our thing, having a good time. Do you think, JB, that something like this could be detrimental to the cannabis movement, like legalizing THC in general?
I mean, no. Why would I think what this?
My fear is that states that are already like kind of leaning against legalizing cannabis recreationally will say, "Damn, why would I have to legalize it if we can just go ahead and legalize medicinally for things like this?"
That's a good point, right? Take the whole psychedelic part out of it. Take the whole higher part of it. You know what I see? I quote unquote deep South state, really conservative state doing something like that. You know what? And I can't be too upset about it though a little bit, because I ultimately want the cannabis to be used as the medicinal plant that it really is. So if that's the sacrifice, if I have to sacrifice the THC to get all the cannabinoids out, maybe don't ask me. Maybe
that's not being selfish. Me being selfish, I totally get it. Yeah.
Sorry, but like just from my perspective, edibles don't work on me, and neither does CBD.
So it doesn't work for everybody. Yeah.
It works for me, and I'm in
Okay.
I am the spinal cord injury patient that needs this for my spasms.
So there you go. So THC is not just the high thing that everybody.
Yeah. So we can't be greedy. We can't be greedy.
THC doesn't help my spasms. It's the only way that helps my spasms is when I smoke whole plant cannabis.
Whole plant cannabis.
Okay.
Yeah. So
a mixture of all of it.
And
it has the entourage effect of everything, all the cannabinoids.
All right, cool. And that's there you have it. It affects everybody differently. So we can't be greedy about it. As of right now, the CBD, any extract, according to federal law in 2016, any extract that has been taken from the cannabis plant is considered Schedule 1 along with the cannabis plant. So CBN is not federally legal, but in states where it is legal medicinally, anywhere where weed is legal or CBD is legal, CBN is pretty much legal. So big benefits, right? You get no high or very little high, very little THC, pain relief, sleep relief, less than 1% of THC. It's CBD or CBN. I say give CBN a try.
Yeah.
I've tried CBD for pain. I've tried CBD for sleep. I don't know. Outside of what I could call a placebo effect, I don't feel like it's helped much.
Which I think, by the way, is true. It affects everybody differently. THC, CBD, CBAD, CBAV, whatever. It will affect everybody different. So that's why I'm on the bandwagon of I need to know all the cannabinoids so that this cannabinoid is for him, this cannabinoid is for you. So let's legalize the plant in this country so that we can move forward and find out what cannabinoids. It's here, it's us, it's in our body, it's meant for us. Let's do it, America. CBN, I'm a fan.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Yeah. On that note, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Shaq and the big moves he's been making. All right, we'll be right back. You're in the Cypher with the Podheads.
You. Yeah. I don't think Shaq
The
ever.
Podheads Show would like to thank Buggy Creek Abbot Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator bites. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855.
The Tiberia Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius
sent you.
Hey, you're back in the cipher with the Podheads.
Nah, Blizzy.
JB here, rolling a blunt because, you know, the weed wheel of destiny. If you're just tuning in, we have a weed wheel that tells us what to smoke. And today it landed on joints, but because we are potheads and we don't have any papers, we got blunts. We're rolling a blunt. It's a little thin one, so we're rolling more of a blunt anyway. So it's all good. JB's destroying this blunt. But
I'm not live. It's on record, so
we'll
I'm
get
just
it
gonna have
done.
to own it here.
We'll get it done today. The next story, though, for clickbait.
Give me my button,
Hit
bro.
me that button. Hit my music. Clickbait. There it is.
Clickbait.
JB loves it. Clickbait. The Office is
What?
being canceled by
Lies.
social media.
Oh, God.
Not, you know what? Let me not say exactly canceled. The Office is by far one of the best comedy shows ever. I mean, a great example of satire. A great example of just pure great comedy acting.
Welcome to
Look
my
at this
convenience
clip.
store.
You're a little,
Would
you're
you
a
like
little
some
early
cookie
on this.
cookie?
Hold on. Go ahead.
I have some
We'll turn
very
it back
delicious
on
cookie
here.
cookie.
Yeah.
Only
Hit that
99 cents
eyeball.
plus tax.
Well, so
Try my
as you can
cookie
see
cookie.
here, hit that
Try my
eyeball for me,
cookie
Mr.
cookie. Try my
C's back
cookie
there.
cookie.
Yeah, there you go. All right, my bad. Anyway, so basically, they're being canceled, right? Not being canceled. Peacock is being forced by the
NBC.
pressures of social media to take down episodes because of social pressure, right? We've heard of Disney doing this, right? Disney has taken movies down, right? They've taken episodes down. We've heard of Netflix doing this,
That's
right?
true. Where's
And
Aunt
so
Jemima,
now-
right?
Aunt Jemima done got
They
canceled.
canceled her
So
ass.
now we're talking about The Office. And come on. I mean, Steve Carell saying it isn't so. Peacock?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like,
Pressure is what you said it.
yeah, fly the colors proudly.
Come
It's
on,
comedy.
exactly.
Comedy should be the one place where there's no boundaries. But as we said, there's an episode in particular that is being brought down, and it's honestly one of my favorites because I like,
funniest
you know,
one.
race and social issues are very tense, very serious subjects. So there's if we can have an opportunity to make light, especially about the idiots, about, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And that's what these episodes are making light of. But anyway, the diversity episode, we're going to pull up the clip right now.
Shalom.
Oh, that's Shaq. Hold on. Close that.
I'd like to
There we
apply
go.
for a loan.
The diversity episode
That's
here.
nice, Dwight.
You
Could do
can
me
see
something
Pam-
stereotypical so I can get it really quick.
This is where...
Okay, I like your food.
Outback Steakhouse. I'm Australian, mate.
So... you can see that, and then earlier we had the one with the clip, the first clip.
Yeah.
How are you?
There you
You guys
go.
have the longest
ask me. Welcome to
This
my
is really
convenience
the
store.
one
Would you like some
that
really
cookie
blew
cookie?
over the line.
I
I
think
have
so.
some very delicious
This is the one
cookie
that people
cookie.
can't
Only
get over.
99 cents plus tax.
So if you're
Try
watching
my
live,
cookie cookie.
it's
Try my
Michael
cookie
Scott
cookie.
doing the
Try my
would you like my
cookie
cookie?
Bam! And I
yeah.
got bitch slapped for it. And you know what? And that should have been the end of it 20 years ago. But here we are, that getting canceled.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
There
exactly.
you go.
He got punished in the clip. He got smacked right there. It was very well established in the show that kind of behavior
Is not
is
tolerated.
not acceptable.
Exactly.
It made fun of how stupid, how
Ignorant.
oblivious
Yeah,
and ignorant
oblivious.
people can be in our modern day workplace. That's what The Office was all about, shedding light on that stuff. I know it was all over the place, but ultimately, they're being forced to take down great episodes because people are sensitive.
Oh man,
JB,
my first, when I was thinking about this, I said, hell no. The Office is one of the greatest things, and even back then, we understood these clips. We understood they're getting close to a line, but it's comedy. They're allowed to bring that to light. Like you said it, these topics are topics that are hard to talk about. One way of breaking the ice is through comedy. Not to be insensitive, but stereotypes, they're funny. If they wouldn't, it wouldn't be stereotypes if they weren't true. Like, you know what I mean? There's something funny about that. So when a comedian comes out and presents that, I think it's okay. Now, fast forward 20 years later, I think it was like 15 years later, I can put myself in the shoes of a modern teenager, all right, who probably never seen The Office and is getting bullied. Goo goo gaga. You know what I mean? I can see that. It happens to flip on Comedy Central and sees that. If that was my daughter, I would not be upset that she's upset. You understand? So I want to understand my 2021 mind. But come on, it's The Office.
There's a bigger issue here, in my opinion. People don't talk. Everything is extremes. One extreme or the next. People don't talk. People don't deal anymore. What up? Who's that?
That's my Mama Dukes.
Hey, Mary Bell Rodriguez.
What's
Mama
up?
Dukes,
Mama Dukes in the house.
Mama JB on social media. People don't talk anymore. Now it's just reaction extremes. This clip made my sensitive ass feel some kind of way. Now I got to tweet. I got to cancel. Why don't you discuss why it's making you feel that way?
Okay,
Explore
exactly.
why you can't take the joke.
Cancel. Insensitive. No. I'm on the side of where I allow comedy to be this way. Stereotypes, they're funny.
It's
like
not meant to be mean or malicious.
Right.
You know
look
what I mean?
Look at the cast of The Office. It is a melting pot of cultures and races, okay? They
make fun of everybody.
That was the point. Like, we're all the same shitheads. We're all, and Michael's character, he was a buffoon, an ignorant buffoon. They made a point to kind of address that character. So, again, he got punished for it in the episode. We don't have to start canceling that. Bro, it sets a precedent. It starts. We might start getting never seeing Office episodes again because a lot of them have.
And once
this
they're gone,
type of comedy.
right? Where else do you get the Office episodes but outside of Peacock? So
exactly. Who's looking for political correctness on Comedy Central anyway?
Yeah,
right.
Give me a break. Exactly.
You go to Comedy Central for that.
Yeah, to escape
the political correctness.
The damn political correctness is not funny.
It's not. So
again,
I mean? Comedy gets a pass. Yeah. Like, stop. You like to laugh. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Every race likes to laugh. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah.
Get over yourselves. Because it's not about you. You're not the center of the universe. This joke was not made about you.
No.
Okay? Wasn't made about you. So get over yourself. That's how I feel about it.
Or maybe that's it. The big wigs, the fancy 1%ers, the guys in the corporate offices and NBC, maybe they felt some kind of way. Maybe because... You never know. There's inside jokes. Sometimes there's inside things where they maybe somebody heard a story and decided to act it out in the episode. Who knows? All I know is people get upset, throw their little fits, and companies fold.
Oh man!
I mean, when there's millions of dollars on the line, I don't know. Would you walk back statements that you made for the sake of a joke if a sponsor were to come and say, "Listen, our fan base, our people, are butt hurt?
I hate this question.
Or we're gonna lose money?
Oh, yeah, right. So, or we're going to lose our sponsors, right? Because they don't have enough backbone to say, "Hey, he's a comedian. He's give him none of that." So, that's a tough question, right? Because you want that money. Damn. I don't know. I want to say I'm going to stand up for myself and what I said, how I feel. So I'm going to stick with that no matter what it costs.
Yeah, I think so. I think I would lean that way. It just depends on how many zeros, to be quite honest with you.
Aliens. If there's some aliens at the end.
If we're talking Peacock office money, I don't know.
If there's aliens at the end, I'll say whatever Peacock wants. Peacock?
There's some things you can't come back from, bro.
Exactly.
All right, so next thing of clickbait. Let's go ahead and hit that clickbait button.
Gimme.
We like our sounds here. We like to use our board. The main man, Shaq. Remember
Superman,
Shaq?
the
Shaq,
original Superman.
A Man of Steel. Remember how bad that movie was?
Kazam. Remember that
Grant
one?
your 3 wishes, bro. Kazam is Shaq himself out here making big moves.
Rap record too.
Yes, ABG, right? Authentic Brands Group. He owns a principal stake in the company since 2015.
Okay.
I don't know if it's principal stake, but he's owned shares in the company since 2015. On Thursday, last Thursday, he convinced the company to sell off a bunch of their entities and take over Adidas, right?
Reebok.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Take over Reebok. Buy Reebok from Adidas. Adidas owns Reebok.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. These guys are big movers. They own JCPenney. They own Barney's. They own Forever 21. All the places in the mall. Okay. So this place, they decided, all right, we're going to go ahead and buy a Reebok for $2.5 billion.
Woo! And
ain't nobody rocking Reeboks like that. Nuh-uh. So if you didn't think it was worth nothing, surprise. We talked about this on the show a few years ago. That Reebok is actually one of the top 10 earners, or at least Adidas is, in the world. I think Adidas might be number 2 in the world. So anyway, that being said, $2.5 billion on the line to buy Reebok. Woo. And now Shaq, and he's partnering with people like Damian Lillard.
That's what I'm saying.
To like make big moves and revive the company.
Yeah, he's more than a share. He might own shares, but he making some move. He LeBron Jamesing Reebok here because to get with Dame, and so I bet you Reebok is coming back with I don't say with a vengeance, but they've been making, they did that partnership with the UFC a couple years back that pretty much bombed. They basically said no, Reebok only, and
Adidas took a loss.
They took a huge
Adidas took a loss, bro. Adidas bought Reebok in 2006 for $3.8 billion.
Whoa.
So that kind of loss in this long a time.
I bet you that UFC deal had a lot to do with it. They lost $1 billion. In
2016, they tried to they announced a whole revamping, and they did terribly. Sold it at a loss. Can you think about it, for $2.5 billion?
You took an L there, absolutely. Yeah. And then Shaq. Remember the Shaqs? The Walmarts? Right? The Shaq
Gnosis, bro.
I would love to see it. Not to say that shoe wasn't real, but I don't know. I don't mean no disrespect. I like the move, Shaq. Yeah. I want to see some shoes from Reebok get back to maybe Reebok was the shit in the 80s. Reebok was Nike in the 80s, right? They were huge. They were in movies. Basketball players all over were rocking them. It's a good move. I like it. Yeah. I like it.
And Shaq, like you say, he's a stakeholder, but according to the president.
What up, bitches? Car Guy Coffee in the house.
Hey, Fred, what up, brother? Car Guy Coffee. Great podcast. One of our big friends. ABG president Nick Woodhouse. This guy said, quote, O'Neal was a crucial part of helping push ABG through the acquisition process. So in recent weeks, in his recent weekly business conversations with the former athlete, Woodhouse related that most conversations started off with, have you bought Reebok yet?
Have you bought Reebok yet? Listen, man, just buy the Reebok. Just listen what I said. Just buy what I said. I'm on TNT. I'm Head and Shoulders or whatever.
Gold Bond.
I'm
the
Gold Bond.
General.
The General.
Now Reebok. He's a
sheriff
sheriff
in Florida.
Bro, Gold, he's like the
face of a lot of
Black
brands.
Elvis, bro.
Bro, for real, bro. Just buy Reebok. Just listen to the guy. The guy's been making more money than that loss that Adidas just took.
Good
so just
for
buy
good
Reebok.
for good for Shaq, good for
Yeah, man, I'm
ABG,
a
that whole
GT, I'm a
thing.
big
I don't know where
guy.
we're at in time, but very good stories. What we got? How much time we got?
Oh,
there,
we're
Mr.
ready to
Producer
go.
Man?
Let's do
We gotta
it.
take a break. All right. So look, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk women's rights to choose. Apparently, JB and I
we know
are
what we're
well
talking about.
qualified to talk about pro-choice or pro-life abortion rights. So
we're gonna do it.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Here in a second.
See David Smith Law.com. You can call him at 407-801-2667. Wait, you are not Chuck. My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help people. If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck. You can call him at 407-801-2667. That website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's? Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to see David Smith Law.com. You can call him at 407-801-2667. Wait, you are not Chuck. My dad can help when people get hurt. He loves to help people. If you are ever injured at work or in a car accident, you should call my friend Chuck. You can call him at 407-801-2667. That website again is cwsmithlaw.com.
Offices, Orlando.
Does it actually have that much W's? Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties. Contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org. Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810. Oak Ridge Gun Range is a family-oriented shooting range that has been in business for over 30 years. They specialize in basic firearm training and offer numerous services such as consignments, gun trades, gunsmithing, and concealed weapon classes. I even got my training for gun safety at Oak Ridge Gun Range. Great customer service, and firearm safety is what they do best. So find out more at oakridgegunrange.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Caught me drinking some.
Sneak and snake. Pay attention, Frank the Tag. We're live.
Yeah, you're in the back of the cipher with the Podheads.
Yes, sir.
Your commander-in-chief, Frank the Tank, a.k.a. Mr. Jimmy Puffett in Marijuanaville. It's always 420. Somewhere. Anyway.
Everywhere.
Mr. JB Perez
Yes, sir.
here with me. Mr. Jazz Bar himself. This is the guy. You ladies, I'm sorry he's not single.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
You guys missed the boat.
Missed the boat. You
Missed
had
the
your
boat.
chances. You had your chance to go to a jazz bar with this guy, with that handsome guy. But you lost it. Anyway, we're back in the cipher. Instagram, Facebook, all that. Just
All the
Google the
social
Podheads.
medias, yep.
Accept no imitations.
Listen to us on a
Yes, it
car
does.
ride. Our pod, all
Yeah,
these
at
episodes.
work. Listen, the podcast is great. You don't want to see these ugly mugs. We just do this. We record this. WJHM, you can listen to us live every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Also, we have our podcast episodes. We have over 100 of them.
Yep.
Go back, listen to them on a car
They're
drive.
great.
Listen to them while you're working out. They're a great time waster, right? You spend about an hour listening to a couple of potheads talk about serious issues from a stoner's perspective.
Right.
It's good times. It's always fun. Anyway, what are we talking about, JB?
Texas, man, wilding out. Texas is wilding out. We said it. Abbott, basically,
abortion.
Here's the clickbait version. Abortions are now illegal across the spectrum in Texas. Point blank.
Yeah.
You know, In hospitals, in the clinics, Parenthood, all that stuff.
Yeah. And the big story about it is that what makes it is starting today at midnight. As of midnight, this was a plan that went back in by Governor Greg Abbott.
Mm-hmm.
This was a bill signed in, I think back in May. Yeah, he signed this bill back in May, and it went into effect as of midnight last night, where it's so crazy, bro. Citizens can enforce the abortion bans in Texas. Yeah. Okay. So basically, scientists got together, found out that a fetus has a heartbeat as early as 6 weeks. Apparently, this is news.
Scientific
New
fact.
news. Okay, yeah.
Is that what they're saying?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, the law says that it's a life, it's banned, period. And there's no exceptions for incest. There's no exceptions for race. And a number of red states have, not race, no exception for rape. A number of red states have passed similar bills. We talked about, there's another state that passed a bill like
Sure,
this.
it's Georgia.
Georgia, yeah. Georgia, something like that. But the crazy thing about this state, about the laws in Texas, is that it's giving private citizens, not state officials, the power to enforce the abortion ban.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, bro. Meaning people can sue abortion providers, friends, family members, anybody that they believe had an abortion. So your wife had a couple beers, got a little out of shape. She had a little bit of belly, got back in shape. We'll pull those clips back up later. Got back in shape, and you had an abortion. I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna call the cops on you. Basically, that's what's private citizens.
That's what I read. That there's like a phone bank, like people are waiting.
They set up a hotline. You can get $10,000 also. They're rewarding people. They're giving a reward of $10,000 to people who provide abortion.
Salem witch trials. Remember that? Like this is what this is. This is a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. As soon as you said there's no thing for rape. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no rape. If you get raped, you can't have an abortion. I was done with it. Because you cannot expect a woman who has been raped, especially if they're young, which a lot of them are, to carry a baby to full term. You can't. Not only are you going to ruin one life, when that baby's born, now it's 2 lives you're going to, because she is not going to be able to take care of a child like that, especially a rape baby. I see it. Man.
I mean, rape. There's many different things that you could talk about, many different reasons why a woman might get an abortion.
Sure.
But the numbers are proof, regardless of what the reason is, highly restrictive laws do not eliminate abortions. You see it right there, 37 per 1,000 women aged 15 to 14 in countries where abortion is prohibited. Altogether, still, are permitted only to save a woman's life. Countries where abortion is available without restriction to as to reason, 34 per 1,000, age 15 to 14. So women are still having abortions. Here, another quote. According to abortion providers in the state, the law will immediately and catastrophically reduce abortion access in the state for 85% of patients. This is going to force women into unsafe abortions.
The black market abortions, like people joke about the hanger. That might become a reality more and more. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, it's true, because sometimes you need to have an abortion. I'm no doctor.
Look at the numbers there. And it doesn't matter what country that you go in outside of Europe, and we've talked about this in the past. Europe has actually, in certain places, extremely high cases of teenage abortions, in some cases very low. But as you can see, almost across the line, right down the middle, almost 50% of abortions that are taking place around the world not just in the United States, around the world, are unsafe. Obviously, predominantly Africa are almost all unsafe because they don't have access. So if you're in a state, if you have low income and you don't have access to the kind of care you need, it's not going to stop you from getting an abortion. It's just going to cause you to do it under unsafe means. Yeah, and I think that's the big issue here. I mean, and we'll talk later. I do want to talk on different reasons and women's rights and their right to choose. But ultimately, these laws are not going to prevent abortions. I think that you and I know firsthand that laws really don't deter, at least not here in this country, because of the judicial system and how messed up it is. But laws really don't deter people from breaking them, right? Mm-hmm. Prohibition didn't stop people from drinking. Mm-hmm. Cannabis laws don't stop people from smoking. You know what I mean? Abortion laws aren't going to stop women who need to have abortions from getting abortions. And the word need might be relative depending on who you ask or who you talk to. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that everybody's got their right to their opinion. But ultimately, if a woman is going to have if feels that she needs to have the right to an abortion, she is going to have the abortion. Not feels that she has the right to abortion. If the woman feels that she needs to have an abortion, she's going to have an abortion. Mm-hmm. Whether it's, by freaking coat hanger, by drugs, by whatever the hell the case is, you know what I mean? You're not, and like you said, it's making it unsafe for the unborn child. It's making it unsafe for the woman. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I promise you that this bill has nothing to do with science, medicine, health. I promise you it's not. I bet you it's very religious based. I bet you it's religious. When isn't there a separation of church and state?
Supposed to be.
Didn't that start in 1800? I feel like we're reverting back to that. And no offense to if you believe in God.
I was thinking that just falling down the stairs.
Anything like that. But, Abbott did. When President Trump got COVID, he was treated with something with fetal cells in it that you can only get at 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever the doctor.
And I thought that was super controversial for most Republicans.
Excuse me, all right? When the
baby's blood. He was sucking on the babies
like this, like that. I bet you that Mr. Abbott, Governor Abbott, who just got COVID-19, was treated with something very similar. So right then and there, I'm done. You can't. I'll talk to you, but it's hypocritical. It's not separation of church and state. And you're all white guys. You're old white guys. Go away. Introduce me to a female doctor or a psychologist. All that's a female who knows what it is about abortions, about the female anatomy. Get out of here, old white guys. You have nothing to say. You have no say. It's their body, their choice. Feminists. Right here.
Pro-choice.
Pro-choice.
Yeah. Well, for me.
Safe. It's about safety. I love children. I love my baby. I love all babies. It has to be safe. If it kills bro, you have to be careful. Again, I'm no doctor, but I trust the science. I trust the medicine. And I bet you the health community says this is wrong. It's wrong. Fuck off, Texas, right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think the numbers are pretty obvious. You saw the graphic earlier. In states where, in countries where abortions are not safe, I mean, look at it right there. Africa, they do not have access. They do not have access to safe abortions out there. You know what I mean? I don't need to tell you that women in Africa are not treated very well. Look up some of the things that they do to women in Africa. It's brutal. It happens every single day. But you can see that there is almost no access to safe abortions in Africa, and it hasn't stopped abortion. Women are still being raped at ridiculous numbers out there. Mm-hmm. Women are still getting pregnant in poverty out there, not having access to birth control, to contraception, and having abortions, regardless of the fact.
And keeps that cycle of poverty and suffering. And you notice, when they shouldn't.
Even here in America, in states where it's illegal, in places where women don't have access to free health care, you see it still happens. So,
I mean, hypocrisy, man. I don't like the hypocrisy. I don't know what the stats are or whatever. I don't know what the stats are, but, man, it feels like these people love this argument about, it's murder. Abortion is murder. But as soon as that baby's born, I don't have the facts, but I bet you, bro, how many kids are in foster care? How many kids are in juvenile hall? All right? Because maybe they had a parent who wasn't supposed to have that baby, who maybe didn't have a choice. They didn't have an option of safe. All right? And then life happens, okay? My point is, you like it on this side, but then once they're born, you don't like them. Like, it's a hypocrite. Like, you don't love babies. This is a political point, just like the mask are. They believe in the size of baby, but they don't believe in masks. Like, it's a political point, and I hate it. And that's why I get riled up.
You think people should have the right to choose whether they get vaccinated? People should have a right to choose whether they wear a mask or not, but not to choose what they do with their body.
Get out
Listen,
of here,
and I know we'll talk more about this when we come back from break. You're in the Cypher with the Podheads.
Yeah.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator rights. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now. Get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855. Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius
sent you.
Hey, you're back in the Cypher with the Podheads.
Yes,
it's your boy, Frank the Tank, JB Perez, Jimmy Puffett. Listen, man, the Podheads everywhere. Just Google us. We are the Podheads. Listen, we're talking about abortion.
Yeah. Specifically in
It's
Texas.
not the best conversation, the most PC conversation, the most fun conversation, but we want to make it, we want the people in our communities to understand what the hell is happening around the world, right?
Sure.
A lot of stoners, we smoke weed, we play video games, we talk with our friends about conspiracies and certain things.
Sure.
I think a lot of us like to get out and vote. One thing that we forget about is what's happening in our backyards, right? We pay so much attention to what's happening in the White House that we forget about the guys that affect our daily lives. And now, if you live in that part of Texas,
that's your reality.
Your life, if you have a daughter, if you have a wife, she is going to be affected by this. God forbid your wife, your daughter in Texas is raped.
That happens.
Or something happens and she gets pregnant. She's not going to have any right as to what to do. Regardless of what your belief is religiously, you don't have a choice. Wow. And that part is wrong, regardless of how you feel.
And what religion? Show me the passage in your book that says something like this. Like you are allowed to be safe. Like you are allowed to control yourself. Like you are allowed to be you.
Yeah.
Like
life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
I mean,
like,
okay, take the religious part of it. This is America.
Yeah, like exactly. So, I mean, Roe v. Wade, right? Roe v. Wade established, for the most part, a woman's right federally to choose, for the most part. But it left it up to the states. And the Supreme Court now, because of this case establishing kind of new precedent, has an opportunity to kind of overturn Roe v. Wade based on the idea that I think Roe v. And please, don't quote me on this, but I believe Roe v. Wade, based on the idea of what a life was and at what point the abortion could be made. And these people are saying that at 6 weeks, there's a heartbeat. Our producer's saying that it's not really a heartbeat, it's an electrical impulse. Regardless of what you believe, there are many different living things that are considered good, bad, no good. COVID's a living thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Many people argue that at that point, it's a parasitic relationship. Many people argue at that point that you can't kill something that has potential because of what it can become in 9 months. So there's good arguments on both sides of the track, right? But we can't sit here. We can't make laws in shades of gray, right? It's black or white. Right. It's black or white. And what's the saying? 1 in 100 guilty people go free before 1 innocent man gets locked up. I believe in that. I believe that, I understand that, yes, some women abuse abortion. Some women use abortions as freaking contraception, and I believe that some people with religious beliefs should have the right to feel the way that they feel. Of course, it's America. About it. Right. But I don't believe that anybody should have the right to tell somebody else to do, and especially not a man to be in the conversation. Yeah. And that's my 2 cents about it, because we're having a conversation about it, but I just don't believe men should have the right to sit together and make laws. Women, like you said, doctors, lawyers, religious leaders, women. Right. I don't care if you're, what's the Jenner lady? I forgot her name. Kate Jenner? Sure. I don't care who you are. Kate Jenner, RuPaul. Sure. I don't care who you are. You don't know what the hell it is like to be a woman. You will never know what it's like to be a woman. When a woman gets pregnant, there is a physiological, mental, physical, there's a change that happens in them. Something that they deal with for the rest of their life, regardless, of whether they carry out. And the decision to terminate a pregnancy has to be one of the toughest decisions that somebody has to make. So I err on the side of the one woman. I err on the side on the one woman who was raped, who was put in poverty, who just couldn't, whatever. I err on the side of the one victim, as opposed to the Republicans or the religious zealots who believe that it's wrong and that all these souls are going to be damned to hell. Let them go to hell then. Hey, mind your business. Thank you. Damn. Shit. For real. Yeah, you said it over and over again, made a beautiful point. Men, stop. Just stop. If you don't, you said laws should be black and white. So you need some concrete basis, foundation, right? Religion is not a concrete foundation, whatever it is that you believe, okay? Maybe you have to use science, health, medicine, what the doctors say as a basis, a foundation for your laws, because it can't be black and white. It can't be gray. It has to be black and white, okay? That's one, okay? Number 2, church and state. Everybody said this country was supposed to be church over separation, here, and state over here. Yeah, you can be. Here you go. You can be any religion you want. Come over to America because you will be allowed freedom of religion. Okay, but on the other flip side, you can't make laws based on religion, because there isn't a foundation. Because not everybody believes it. This country is based on it. This country is found on freedom of religion. So if not everybody believes that abortions are bad, you know what I mean? Then you can't sit there and make everybody in your state follow a law that just your particular sect. Freedom of religion is not you do something because my religion, is that you can't do something because of my religion. Yeah, that's what they claim. That's the hilarious thing. Is all these super hardcore religious Shiites, Shiite Catholics, Shiite Christians, these guys are the ones that are like, they're like, Freedom of religion. How dare you? How dare you not let me practice my religion? I have the right to practice my religion. You sure do. You have the right, but you don't have the right to make somebody else practice your religion.
What if it was my religion to have abortions? I know it's a messed up example, but I think my point is exactly that. If I say it's my religion to be able to have abortion, you can't say shit because you're using that same argument. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's hypocritical. It's ridiculous. Freedom of religion is you practice what you want, not that another person can't do something because it goes against you. That's not what it is. That's not the definition. That's not what it should be in this country.
You're impinging on my freedom of religion because what you're doing offends my religion.
It's just it feels dumb, right? What's the saying?
2021. Why?
Yeah, common sense. It feels like common sense. Common sense isn't common in the world. No. We're still dealing with laws. With women, like this is, a lot of people talk about Nazi and the mask, and this is what it feels like. I said which trials? It feels like a hunt. You said $10,000 earlier. There are
$10,000 reward for snitching on somebody who got an abortion or who took part in an abortion.
Are you kidding me? In Texas, yo, you're inciting
the wild west out there.
Come on, you're inciting not only maybe not violence, but like what is. You're looking for pouches. You're being, bro. It's bad. It's a bad precedent. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Imagine you're at a party and you see a pregnancy test, right?
Who this? Who this?
Well, at your friend's house, right? And you see the right, but then no baby bump or no pregnancy, right? And then, so now you go and you snitch. How do you know she was even pregnant? Bro. Like I'm telling you, this is going to lead to all kinds of drama. Greg Abbott, you can thank Greg Abbott for him next time you're around midterm elections.
I hope you get COVID again. Yeah. To use some fetal. I'm telling you.
Sure.
Hypocrites. I don't deal with hypocrites, bro.
By the way, he's the same guy that just established a new voting rights legislation. Sweeping voting rights.
Let's hear it.
Democrats have tried to block the passage.
Of course. Let's hear it.
But in July, basically, it's worse. It's worse than Georgia.
Oh, God.
This guy. 24-hour voting mail-in limit. Mail-in voting, 24-hour limit. 24-hour limit to mail in your ballot.
You have 1 day.
Right? No drive-through voting.
No. You have 1 day. On this day, if you don't get your paper in the box.
If it's not posted,
it doesn't count. Come on. Bro,
24 hours.
I want to fling this through the internet and cut somebody's head off because
no drive-through, no voting on like holidays or weekends. All the basically Georgia plus.
They're making it harder for people.
They're targeting
to
poor
Americans.
By the way, abortions predominantly affect poor,
of course,
and minorities.
And minorities, right? Of course. So, the same people that aren't being allowed or are affected
poor, minorities, disabilities, voters,
by these votes.
Non-voters. Essentially, here's the thing you need to know about, here's all you need to know about politics.
That's all you need to know.
In my opinion.
Politics.
If you're a non-voter, then who cares, basically. Yeah. Even back, the most popular presidents exercise the same thing. Bill Clinton. A lot of people love Bill Clinton. A lot of people in the hood love Bill Clinton. But if you don't vote, the dude don't care. Mm-hmm. That's why, we're up against it. Let me cut this short. Essentially, young, poor women usually don't vote. Poor minorities usually don't vote. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You get out there and vote in your midterm elections. Screw the presidential election. Vote in your midterm elections at the guys, at these governors, at these legislators, school board, all these people in charge.
Vote. They're making it harder.
Pay attention.
They're literally in our face, laughing in our face, trying to make it harder for us to vote.
Yeah. And this guy's got a track record of this, all right? So the writing's on the wall, and y'all still let him get in office. Mm-hmm. So pay attention. Anyway, look, that's a show. We're going to cut it. We got to go. We appreciate you guys. Oh, my God, Flower Bomb, awesome for staying in the cypher with us. every hashtag Weed Wednesday.
That's right. We're out of here.
We'll see you next time. Peace.